Howdy y'all, JR Gamer here with another video just for you. If this is your first time here and you're looking for a relaxing space to evaluate gameplay, inspiration for your own projects, or a dose of daily awful dad jokes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now. And while you're at it, click on the bell to get notified when I upload more videos. Welcome back, Ghost Recon enthusiasts. This is GR Gamer. We're back with Ghost Recon. Right now we are surveying a outpost using our sniper rifle to determine what intelligence there is, what we can gather from that location. It is near a road, so we have to be careful that there aren't any other passers-by so that we're not detected. I love this heat mode because it actually highlights the face, so it gives me an opportunity to look at the sight lines for the face. Right now I'm looking around to see if there's any drones or anything. Getting there, there's a drone right there, going right above me. So I've got the sniper unlocked, the sniper trait locked and ready to go. So if I press Z at this moment, it should give me a boost when I snipe. So I'm just surveying the area. Like I said, this is the kind of play that I do. It's methodical. It's very slow sometimes, but it's very stealthy. And the whole idea here is I wanted to see what was in the trajectory of going towards the waypoint for the mission. I didn't want to just take a car and just run through things. I wanted to take my time and do it by running and walking, and basically looking at what points were available, what points are what intel is along the way, and what can we find. I wanted to explore the map, and I think this is the best way to do it. One down, two down. I like the heat vision. It's very accurate, let's put it that way. So we've got a drone in the sky right now, so we're going to stay here and camouflage ourselves until that drone passes. Once the drone passes, then we'll head down to see what intel we can gather from that outpost right there. So you constantly have to be looking for drones, constantly have to be looking for enemies, making sure that you're if you're doing the stealth way. Now if you just want to go ahead and go gun-ho, then you really don't need to worry about it. But I try to be. I don't try to be. That's my style of play. It's slow. It's methodical. It takes into account all the variables. I try to make sure that I stay as stealthy as possible. I use all the stealth mechanics. For example, I know that there's a car coming, so I need to hide. The question here is, will they see the dead bodies? And if they see the dead bodies, what are they going to do? So they did see the dead bodies, but they just drove by. I'm kind of surprised. I figured that if they saw dead bodies, they would stop. Don't know if that's a glitch or that's the mechanic. I mean, I figured they'd investigate if they saw dead bodies, but apparently they don't. So that's something to take into consideration. Again, this is a beta. Things might be different once once the other one comes out. Right here, we're going to see what we've got. Well, all we have left is a weapon, so that'll give us a location of weapons. I can't pick up any frags or anything else, so I'm just going to move on and keep moving towards the waypoint. So that's pretty much, I mean, again, the whole idea of being a ghost is to be as inconspicuous as possible. And so this is what I'm trying to be. I mean, I'm trying to be as low-key as possible without attracting any attention, and gathering as much intel along the way. And I think that's the important part here, is how much intel I can gather. I've got a vehicle driving around me right now. Okay, it drove by. So I mean, I think that's kind of the idea. This gives you, at least for me, it gives me that immersion of uh, I'm by myself, first of all, because of course, you know, all the other ghosts are back at camp, and I'm trying to both get back to the ship and at the same time gather as much intel as possible, so that once I get to the ship, I know what we're dealing with. Along the way, I've got all of these different outposts, different enemies that are located along the route that I either have to circumvent or eliminate. And because of the short time frame, you know, the easiest thing to do is eliminate. In particular, uh, wherever there's intel involved. And so, you know, here I'm trying to use night vision, but with all the foliage, I can't see anything. So I'm trying to get closer and see how close I can get without sounding an alarm. I think that, you know, I wanted to see how close we could get without sounding an alarm or having them notice us. So that's what I was trying to do here. I'm gonna turn to the infrared. I cannot see anything on the infrared either. I was able to locate one, but that was it. So let's go back to night vision, see if we can get closer. I mean, I am pretty darn close now. Okay, this little tree on the left is going to be a problem here. I don't think I can go between the big tree and that little tree. And that rock is right in the middle. So I won't be able to, I'm not able to see, so I gotta go around this tree. Damn, hopefully they didn't see me. Guess they didn't. Yeah, they didn't see me. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so I hear a drone. There it is. Because I am prone, the drone doesn't detect me, which is a good thing. Just gotta wait for the drone to pass us by. Once it does, I'm gonna go back up. I guess I need to crouch up against this tree. See if I can get a good line of sight.
Jesus, how long does it take? Keep complaining, don't worry, it doesn't slow me down or anything.
So we have a civilian, it sounds like. Or maybe not. Nope, we've only got 2 bodies. But
Damn! Get
got
down,
one.
soldiers! We got company!
Missing that second one. They can't see me. Now they can
Enemy
see me.
contact! We got hostiles! Get ready!
I gotta be more careful. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that it's dark, so you couldn't see me. But if there were other um, people around, other enemies around, they would have heard and they would have come help. And I could have easily taken the bikes, but no. Once again, we're gonna trek all the way down to the location, just because it's what it should be. I mean, that's the way it should be. I think that if you want to be stealthy, you you do your best to keep a low profile, and riding around on a bike or riding around in a car, that's not low profile, especially when the entire island is surrounded or crawling with enemies. So the best way to keep a low profile is to be on foot. So I found this location here. I'm trying to see what if there's any movement whatsoever, or if this is an abandoned location. There is indications. Here comes another drone. So I'm gonna stay put for a second while that drone flies over me. I'm underneath this tree, so hopefully they can't see me. Okay, so it's gone through. I gotta investigate this location. There seems to be some items in the location. There's a, a loadout chest, and so I want to see if there's no additional personnel, either enemies or friendlies. And if there's not, then I can take the loot quickly and move on. But it could turn into something valuable in the future, so it pays to loot. I do see three enemies over to my right. So they're far away, far enough away that they can't see me. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna again being stealthy, being sneaky. I'm prone the whole time. It might not go with a lot of you guys' form of doing things. I know that it's not super exciting in the sense that you're not jumping into the fray and shooting up everybody and getting shot at. But I think this is the way a ghost is supposed to work. They're supposed to be low key. They're supposed to be stealthy. They're not supposed to take the fight head on, but be um, guerrilla guerrilla warriors. Hit and strike and move. Um, you know, to the point where it becomes deadly to the enemy. And I think that's the point here, and I think that's the idea is to create that kind of an immersion. And I think that when we take it to the extreme, in the sense that, well, I mean, it is a video game, and so you're not gonna technically die, and so you just jump in and start shooting everybody. It takes away from that realism. I mean, part of that realism is that if this is a real life situation, they wouldn't. It's less likely that they would kill somebody. It's more probable that they would not kill somebody than they would, first of all, in order to stay stealthy. And when they do kill somebody, it would be methodical, with some purpose in order to further the purpose or the mission, not just for the sake of shooting everybody. And I think that's the kind of gameplay that I tried to create in this beta is to see if it was possible to take that initial mission and just run with it in a way that would be strategic and methodical and similar to what I think. And again, it's my opinion. What I believe or what I think ghosts actually do in real life, which is try and stay low pro and low key, especially when they don't have any support, as he doesn't here. It looks to be abandoned. Um, so I'm gonna go get whatever's in the loadout chest and any other goodies that might be around, and then I'm gonna move on. So let's see what's up here in the loadout chest. It looks to be a friendly camp, but there's nobody here. I don't know if that's because it's a beta. Okay, so we've got a drone above us, it looks like, but it just passed us by because we were underneath this this awning without detection, so we're okay. Let's see if there's any other goodies around that I can pick up. Doesn't look like it, so we're gonna head out and move on and keep moving towards towards our objective. That waypoint way out there in the distance. Make sure that there's no cars coming from either direction. Pick up some essentials, some survival stuff, and we're gonna move down, across the road, and find a location we can hide in. Looks like there's another. Yeah, there's another case on this side. Wow, beehives. Interesting. There's another load chest over here. Let's see what we got here. Another vest. Perfect. Now, as you were told at the beginning, or in the as the tutorial tells us, is all of this, all of these weapons and all of this gear can be broken down in order to upgrade the weapons that you are wanting to use. So it's very you don't have to carry all that with you. You can actually break it down and then use the parts that you gather from them to upgrade whatever weapons you're going to use throughout your campaign. So keep that in mind as you go along. I didn't, so I just kind of kept the weapons the way they were, even though I should have broken them down and upgraded my weapons along the way. So we've got, oh shoot, we've got a group of people here, but it looks like they're civilians. If they got the little circle on top, they're civilians. If they got the little arrow on top, they're enemies. So here we've got a group of civilians. And apparently they have some intel.
Greetings, stranger.
So they've got intel on weapons, on attachments, and on a VBAC location.
Can you help me find this place?
What you're looking for is here.
Thanks a million.
So we've located another VBAC location. It's right off to our north south. Off to our east, so that's good. Okay, so let's move on. I'll pick up some more survival stuff. I mean, there's certain things you can create. There's recipes that you can create with this. I still haven't figured out how to use them. One of the things that I noticed with this beta version is my understanding from the YouTube videos and all the not let's play, all the gameplay videos that I saw where Ubisoft was actually doing this, they indicated that you would have to, uh, keep up with your wounds. That the wounds would, if you were hurt, you would end up slowing you down, and that you would have to survive, basically be able, eat, drink water, that kind of stuff. So far, as much as I've played, almost 4 or 5 hours, I haven't had to drink a sip of water or eat anything. So I don't know if this, because it's beta, they don't have that mechanic. But there's no indications that I'm thirsty or that I'm losing health. And in fact, if you remember in the first uh, video, I fell down the mountain. I regenerated. My health regenerated without any help from any of the bandages or health
I
items.
only wish I
So
had the courage to do what you do.
so we've got another. Looks like another group of civilians. So let's go see if they have any intel.
Just stop already.
Not trouble.
So it looks like they do. There's some provisions around them, so I'm gonna take those, and then I'm gonna check out the intel that they have. That's another thing, is how to. Um, you have to be perfectly aligned in order to get that intel. If it looks like if there's something distracting you in between, it's really hard to gather that intel. So I had to reposition myself several times in order to gather the intel.
Out of my hair. Stop already.
And there's no interaction with this group, so it's just about gathering the intel from the laptop. There's a laptop. No, it's a folder, I think, not a laptop. Sorry. But see, it's I have to be positioned in a very particular way, it looks like, in order to trigger the ability to gather that intel. There it is. So they've got information on weapons, attachments, and that another. It looks like another VBAC. Yeah. Oh no, it's a behemoth. It looks like a behemoth area. Anyway, so we gathered intel. We moved on. That's basically what I am. So now I know a couple of things. One is you're going to encounter, of course, enemies all through the camp, but you're also going to encounter groups of individual civilians who are either trying to escape or are hiding, and you might be able to get intel from them as to what's going on, or where certain areas where you can camp are, so that you can regenerate. So that's one of the reasons I figure if you were just driving on a bike, trying to get to the waypoint, you're gonna miss a lot of this stuff. You're gonna miss that kind of interaction. So this is part of the reason I wanted to do it this way. So we've got a couple of
I ran
individuals
into
up
a
there.
swarm of skell pollinators yesterday. Have you seen those little
Okay, a
fuckers?
couple
That's
of
what they
more
use to
civilians.
pollinate the plants, right?
Excellent.
Yeah. I know something else that pollinates plants, and it doesn't even cost $1 billion to develop. Bees.
Okay, so they
World
have
2.0
intel
is just people killing
on
the
a
world so they can
VBAC.
save it with
So
the
I'm gonna
technology.
take that
It's a joke.
intel
If we
and
lived
leave
in
the
peace with
intel
nature, we wouldn't need any of this crap.
weapons or
Yeah,
the
it's just a way for
attachments.
tech addicts to
Need
feel
help
like they
locating
matter.
this place.
Insects
You know
grasping
it?
at their own
Damn,
mortality.
stranger.
So we tried to interact there, but apparently, there was a glitch and they talked over me. So, which is fine. I mean, again, it's a beta, so it's not a big deal. But those are some of the glitches that you're gonna find. There's not going to be interaction. It's just going to be a dialogue with nothing happening. Um, and here they were talking, and so when I got in and got the intel, they didn't stop talking. They just continued talking over, and so there was no indication that they acknowledged that I got the intel or gave them any advice. So that's kind of a
I don't
problem.
want to be here any longer than we have to. The danger here is
Okay,
not
that's
lost
another
on me,
group of
right?
civilians.
I will
So
finish.
again,
Now,
if you're driving around in a car or driving a motorcycle, you are probably it'll probably be very unlikely that you will find these civilians because they were all in the middle of the forest, except for these two, which are towards the edge. But
Hey, what's your
the
status?
majority
We
of
have
them were
more
in
of
the
these
middle
to
of the
do, you know.
forest.
Just,
So
God,
you're not gonna be
I got
you're not
this.
gonna be able to have this interaction or get this intel. And once again, having problem with gathering the intel because of course it's you have to be in a perfect position for it to happen. In this situation, I'm going to gather the gun intel. It'll tell me where a gun is located in this area. Uh,
Hey,
but I'm
what's
not
going on with
I'm
that?
not
Are you
gonna
finished yet?
I'm not gonna
Jesus,
do
seriously?
the side
Stop
missions.
nagging. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
done when
focus
it's
on
done.
going straight to the waypoint and do some of the least harmful side missions like these or clue gathering missions. That's what I'm gonna do the rest of the way. So we're done with them. We're gonna cross this road. We have to cross running because, well, again, being on the road, you're exposed. Being on the road, somebody can see you. So the whole point is to cross as quickly as possible so that people won't see who you are or what you're doing. So I've got another group up here of enemies. Let's see what's going to happen here. So I go prone. I mean, prone is the best stealth position there is. 98.2% of the time. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they can see you, but in this particular case, um, looks like I've got a pretty good um, direct line to the enemy by going prone. And of course, I'm using you know the cover to my advantage so that they won't see who I am until, or they won't see who's behind the mask until the curtain drops. Uh,
Damn it.
so
This is a mess.
okay, I don't see him.
What a waste. We need to find who did this.
So apparently they're seeing something. I didn't kill anybody on this side, so it can't be somebody that I killed.
God, would you look at this?
Excuse me.
Who does that?
So I'm gonna try and use this rock for cover so that I can eliminate the threat. I can see one on my my third person view.
God damn it. This is a mess.
That rock's in my way. Got one. Looks like I've got two singers.
God, would you look at this? Who does that?
Okay, so I'm gonna eliminate the high guy first. I'll take care of everybody else. Alright. And I leveled up on that. Perfect. So let's see what intel we can gather from that. And I have a skill point. Man, the triple threat. Looks like there wasn't any intel on them. So I'm gonna move on. Okay. Alright, well, I used my scope to plan my movements and to see what's ahead from cover, and that's what I'm doing here. Is looking to see what's ahead while I'm in cover, so that I can plan my route um, to the objective. Okay, coast looks kind of clear. There's something down there. We've got a group up here that I think we need to eliminate in order for us to actually have safe passage along this route. So what do we've got? Got one. For right now, it looks like we've got two. I'm gonna try and move a little closer, get a better line of sight on these guys. Okay, I've got a line of sight. So we've got one, two. It looks like we only have two, so that's good. So I can probably eliminate them all the way from here. The fog's rolling in. But it might be a little too risky if I miss. But I got them. Got them both. Okay, so let's see what kind of intel I can gather and what kind of goodies they have. Got some kind of briefcase. Okay. No intel from these guys, so it's time to move on. Alright, we're at a crossroads here. We've got some enemies here on the forward in front of us, and then we've got a truck. Or is that a helicopter? A helicopter flying over us. So we need to stay hidden until the helicopter passes us by so that we're not located. In the meantime, I got to scout ahead with the scope to see if there's any way around things. Got a drone coming too, man. Can't really move around here. So I found this big patch of foliage, so it looks like they can't see me directly because of it. So we're okay. The drone is gone. Okay, so we gotta eliminate the threat up here. Now that the drone is leaving. How close can we get in the prone position? Maybe get a line of sight on these guys. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, I've got a line of sight on these guys. It appears to be two. Yeah, like that tree's gonna cover me. Let's move up. Okay, we've got a truck coming in. So we'll wait for it to, it did not pass by. Okay. And we've got a drone coming in too. Okay, so let's jump right in here and get prone. That'll keep the drone from revealing us. And so now not only do we have the two that were there, but we've got another truckload full of enemies. So the only thing I can think of is, I really don't want to die or get shot at. So I'm thinking that we're just gonna lay here for a little while and contemplate our next move. Okay. So the drone is gone. No. Okay, so we got one at the top of the turret. I can't go up against this. This is just not possible. Maybe if I go down the hill, I might be able to get around them. So let me move down the hill and see what's down there. Okay, nothing there. Nothing in the cabins. I don't see anything that's going to prevent me from going down the hill. Okay. Can't be too cautious. Well, it looks like there is a group of bikers down here on the edge of the map. So maybe we'll eliminate them instead of having to deal with the folks up here. Because they've got a big old gun, and that's going to be a huge disadvantage. Okay, there's nobody at the tower, so the only two are the ones there, and we've got a helicopter flying overhead now. Okay. Alright, so let's take care of these two, and hopefully there won't be any, nobody will hear them. Got him. Oh shoot, that guy's moving too fast. Well, he doesn't know how to... Got him. But, oh man, it alerted everybody in the area. So it alerted the other guys up there in the car. It doesn't look like they're using the car. It looks like they're gonna get off. Here they come. So this is supposed to work. I'm camouflaging myself on the ground, so they should not be able to see me, and it looks like it's working. This guy on the right side just walks by. The one on the left also walks by. So I can't see the first guy that walked by. Okay, somebody spotted me. Okay, so it doesn't work then. See, now I'm panicking. Okay. How do you do melee? How do you do... Okay, I'm dead. Okay. So, okay. So I thought that if you were prone and camo, they couldn't see you at all. I thought that was the whole point. But, you know, as we saw there, if they get close enough, they can identify you. So, can't really. So, that video where the wolves are coming after the ghost, and he does that camo stuff with the. I think he's in a mud puddle or something. Uh, that must have not been accurate because I mean I didn't move. I was right there uh, in a hidden position. I put the camo stuff, and they still saw me. So maybe it's a bug. Maybe that's just a bug, and so hopefully they don't. They fix that. Um, but ultimately that's what happened. So here I am back at the same position. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I am going to allow for trucks to go by. I don't know what they have, military equipment or whatever. I know they've got some personnel in there. And in the meantime, I'm going to re-scout the area, see what's different, see if there's any alternate route. It doesn't look like it. Alright, so it looks like we can cross this road. And guys, I'm not going to apologize for this. I'm just going to, continue warning you that I'm very methodical. So I'll look around 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times to make sure that I'm undercover, that I don't, that I'm not raising any suspicion. I was just very surprised that being in. Oh wow, I found the drone. Oh cool, now I found the drone. This is awesome. Now I can pinpoint where all the enemies are. This is gonna make life so much easier. I don't know why I didn't use it before. So we've got a loadout box over there, or crate. Not a lot of stuff up here at the top. Man, it's got a pretty long range. The one in Wildlands had a very short range and didn't, the battery would die pretty quickly. So we got some intel over here. A couple of riflemen. Got this huge complex.
Scales really do on a road. You forgetting that you're standing at a throne station? Sure, I get that part, but why does he need a network this big to support those things? Who gives a shit? Ours is not to reason why.
It's a very good scouting tool. I like this. I like this drone thing. I know it was available. I just didn't know I had it. Excuse me. I accidentally hit B and it came up. So great. That's awesome. So let's see how many targets we can paint. 1. 1. That's what it looks like. Just 1. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave it right here. Simply because we're getting pretty close to the end. Now that I've got the drone, I got a better understanding of what's going on. I'll be able to use it to pinpoint where enemies are, be able to locate crates and stuff. So that's a positive. We've got some enemies over here. Looks like 4. Okay. So, man, look at the range on this thing, and look at the power. I wonder if this is just the way it's gonna be, or if this is just for the beta, since that way people wouldn't have to reload their drone in order to get it charged. So we'll see what happens in the final release. But I really enjoy flying that drone. It gives me a bird's eye view of what I can possibly use to get to the objective. Okay, so we've got another drone overhead. So we're gonna leave it here, let the drone pass, and maybe move to the other side of this tree line. So that's what we're gonna do next time. Let's move to the other side of the tree line. Guys, thanks a lot for being here. I really do appreciate you guys watching the videos. If I can be helpful, just press like or give a comment below, and hopefully we'll catch you on the last part of this mission so that you guys can see what we found. Adios.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the content, click the like button below. Remember, if you're looking for a relaxing space to evaluate gameplay, inspiration for your own projects, or a dose of daily awful dad jokes, subscribe to the channel right now and click on the bell to get notified when I upload more videos. Until next time, adios.